So welcome children, again in this video we are going to do few more programs in simple programming. Now the next program we are doing is write a program in Java to enter student's name, roll number, marks in 3 subjects. Full stop. Calculate the total marks and the average marks. Print student's name, roll number, total marks and average. Now children, if I give you a program like this, then everything is clear. The input is clear, the process is clear, the output is clear. The input is, I have asked you to enter student's name, roll number and marks in 3 subjects. So input is clear. Calculation, I am asking you to find out the total marks and the average marks. So processing is clear. And in the output, I am asking you to print student's name, roll number, total marks and average. So everything is clear children. Now we'll do this program, which is very simple program. I will write this program like this: class, say result, and then children, I will do my inputs in the parameter public void main, and children, in this I am entering name. So children, when I am entering a name as string, this S of string should be capital since it is a class name. So string is a class, so string S should be capital. Then I have to enter my roll number. Then I have to enter marks in 3 subjects, M1, M2, M3. Now children, you have to be very careful. If even all these values are of type integer, you cannot write one integer and you write Rn, M1. You have to separately write the data type of all these variables which are using over here in the input statement. So I hope you have followed this input statement: string n to enter the name, intr to enter the roll number, and M1, M2, M3. These are the 3 marks of 3 different subjects. Now children, we come to the processing part. It is asking us to find out the total marks. So children, total marks I hope will come in integer only, since we are adding the integer values M1, M2, M3. So M1, M2, M3 we have added and stored it in TM. I have taken a variable to store my total mark. Now comes the average of these 3 marks. So average AVG, I am saying, will be TM upon 3.0. Now children, I have written 3.0 because if I write 3, then integer and integer will give us an integer answer. So I write TM, which is of type integer, divided by 3.0. So children, I have got all my outputs. So I have to print system dot out dot println. I am asked to print name, which is an n. Again another output is there. I again write another print statement, that is roll number, which I have stored in Rn. Then children, I have to print total marks, which I have calculated in this program. So total marks, which I have stored in TM, and I have to print average marks. Which I have stored in AVG. Now children, as I have used println statement in all these output statements, so the output will come in different lines. Name, whatever the name you have entered, then roll number, then total marks. So you will get outputs in 4 different lines. If I would have used print statement, then all the output would have come in the simple line. So I hope you have followed this program children. Here I am entering my name, roll number, int m, int m2, int m3, 3 marks I have entered. And then children, in this line I have calculated my total marks by adding all the 3 marks. In this particular line I am calculating my average marks, and these 4 statements I am in the print statement. So children, this is the input of my program. These 2 statements are the output of my program, and these are the process statement. sorry, this is the process statement and these are the output statement. So children, I hope you have followed this program. Now we are going to do another program which has come in the board exam also. I'm just going to read out this program which is there in the board exam. I hope you have followed this, children. You can pause this video, copy down this program. And the next program, children, is write a class. This program has come in the board exam in 2005. Write a class with the name employee and basic as its data member. So children, it is asking you to write a program where the name of the class it is asking you to write as employee. So I'll just give a brief introduction of this program which has come. So it is asking you to write the name of the class. So class name is to be written as employee. And it is asking you to input a value basic. Basic, children, this program is basically for the salary of an employee. So basic is that amount which the employee gets. Then apart from basic, children, an employee also gets some other values. So the program says write a class with the name employee and basic as its data member to find the gross pay. So we have to find out the gross pay of an employee for the following allowances and deductions. And it says that the gross pay is equal to net pay minus PF. And it is saying that net pay is equal to basic salary plus HRA and plus DA. Now children, these are very common terms. HRA is for house rent allowance which the employee gets. DA is for dearness allowance. Now children, he has also given you that HRA you have to calculate as 15% of basic. And DA is to be calculated as 25% of basic, and PF is to be calculated as 8.33% of basic. And it is asking you to print the gross pay of an employee. So children, the program is to declare a class employee, then the data member or the input is the basic, then you have to calculate the gross pay. But gross pay you can only calculate when you calculate the net pay and the PF. And net pay you get by adding basic, HRA and DA. So net pay you can only calculate when you can calculate HRA and DA and PF also. So children will move accordingly, and since this program has come in the board exam, it is not difficult program, but you have to follow. So class employee, then children we have to enter a data which I can say public void main, and it is asking you to enter the value of basic in a variable basic. If this variable would have not been given, I would have taken B, because basic is a big word. Every time I am using it. So now children, I want to declare my variables in one statement. What all are the variables? I will need gross pay, I will need net pay, I will need HRA, I will need DA, I will need PF. So what I have done, I have declared all these variables in one statement. And the benefit of doing it is that then I will not have to write again double and double for each variable. So children, first thing I am going to calculate will be these three values. Since they are direct on basics, so my HRA I don't have to declare because I have declared it over here, is 15%. 15% means 15 upon 100.0 of basic. I hope 15.0 you know why I have written over here. Then DA is 25% of basic. And children, PF is equal to 8.33 upon 100 of basic. Now children, over here I have not put 100.0 because this is double. Either of these values should be double. Now children, I will calculate my net pay which I have taken over here. So this is DA, and my net pay is basic, which I already have as input, plus HRA, this value I have calculated, plus DA, this also I have calculated. So net pay has come. Now children, I can calculate my gross pay which I have taken here as a variable, and it will be net pay minus PF. PF also I have calculated. So all these calculations I have done over here, and now it is asking you to just print the gross pay. So my output statement will be just one statement to print the gross pay, and that is G. And children, if it would have asked, this program would have asked you to print other values like basic, HRA, DA, PF, then you have to print all those variables. I hope these two programs are clear to you. Now children, these are the simple programs where there is no condition. So such programs are also called as sequential construct, where each and every statements of the program are executed. But when we move on to other constructs also, we'll see what are the changes in it. I hope you have followed this. Thank you very much.